Making an omelet can be slightly more intimidating than just scrambling eggs alone. Yet with a little practice and a little enthusiasm, you can learn how the simple French dish can be made simply and be quite fulfilling. So the first thing that we do is we preheat our pan. This is a 7-inch nonstick omelet pan. I've got it over medium-high heat, slightly more than medium. And we've assembled our ingredients, which are 2 eggs, 3 if you're really hungry, and grated cheese. I like sharp. You can use whatever kind of cheese you like. The ingredients I chose was ham, and it's been cut into slivers, and a little basil, fresh basil from the garden, and some light butter to make the pan a little bit more non-sticky. The ingredients can be varied from your taste. You can add mushrooms, you can add whatever you like in it. I like my omelets very, very simple. I know my way around the kitchen a little bit, but when it comes to omelets, I like them to be very simple with very few ingredients. I don't know what that is, but it is. So, the first thing we're going to do is take some butter, light butter. I'm not Paula Deen. I don't believe in taking everything with 2 pounds of butter or mayonnaise. I hate mayonnaise, actually. And a little butter goes a long way. And this is light butter, so it's got half the calories and half the fat. We'll just put a couple of pats in there, let it melt. Coat the bottom of the pan while it's melting. I'm going to crack the eggs. Well, this is how you crack an egg with one hand. It's not that difficult. If you know how to use chopsticks, you can crack an egg with one hand. You hold the egg just like you would a chopstick, so to speak, firm with 2 fingers, and then you use the other 2 to pull it apart like that. So let's hope I don't mess this up in front of the camera, but give a nice big break and then pull apart, and out it comes. Nice and simple. And here's the other one. No problem. And you take a fork and scramble the eggs. Some people like to use a blender to make it frothy, or a hand mixer, a drink mixer, as they call in Germany, the Wunderstick. I just like to use a fork so that I can blend the egg yolk and the whites just until they're blended together. It gives the consistency a little bit more meaty flavor. An egg is a meat, so I like to be able to bite into it. All it does when you use a mixer is put air into it, makes it fluffy. But it depends on your taste. Maybe you like the fluffy. I like the bite of the meat. So we've got this all nice and mixed in. Very good. So the light bubbles on the top is a good indication. And the butter's nice and melted, so we're going to lay this right on top. And while that is starting to cook, we're going to get our ingredients all ready. Now, I was lazy and I used prepared ham that's from a package already cut into strips. You can use cubed ham, which you can also get prepared, save you a little time. If you make a recipe the night before of a glazed ham for dinner, you can cut that up, and it's fantastic. It adds some flavor to the omelet. Whatever your preference is. I like the ham in strips, and I like sharp cheese. Like I said before, you can use any kind of cheese you like. If you like Swiss or smoked Gouda, like you can get as fancy or as simple as you like. No Velveeta, please. Ugh, that's not cheese. Anyway, so now that this is beginning to cook, I can see it's starting to take shape and firm up. We're going to take the ham first. I like to put the cheese in last, because if you put the cheese in first, it melts too quickly and it makes it hard to distinguish the egg and the cheese, so you don't know when the egg is done. So we'll just lay the ham in there, and I like to lay the ingredients on one side, so that when we flip it, we don't have a huge mess. And take the basil. I've got it cut it up into nice strips. This basil's a little bit moist because it was raining this morning, and I pulled it from the garden. So we're going to layer the basil on top. Nice and simple. And then we take the cheese. Sharp cheese. The sharper the better, for me anyway. We're going to lay that right on top. I like lots of cheese, probably too much, but you can never have enough cheese, right? Never too much cheese, no such thing. So we're going to layer that nice and thick, and take some pepper. Sprinkle the pepper on top. I like to layer the pepper all over the entire surface as opposed to just half, because I like pepper. And I can see that around the edges it's beginning to firm up. So I take my spatula, and this is a silicone spatula. I like the silicone spatulas because they're firm enough to work and to flip things and to toss things, but they're soft enough so that they don't accumulate a lot of the food as it's cooking, and they don't scrape the non-stick pan. So I think we're just about there. Yeah. So when it comes up like this with the spatula, then you just take it, flip it over, hold it in place, tilt the pan slightly. You can press down a little bit, but not too hard. You don't want it to break. And then that firms up, kind of seals it on the sides. Very good. Take a little cheese. Layer a little cheese on top just for looks, for show. I put a piece of basil on there, but I didn't have enough. So for garnish, just layer that right on top. And then, sizzle, 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 so good, I'm starving. So then we transfer it by putting the spatula underneath, lifting it out, plop, and there it goes on the plate. You can serve this with fresh fruit, would be the most healthy thing, especially if you are eating this in the morning. I often like to make breakfast at night for dinner. It's like my favorite thing. But fruit is very healthy to eat in the morning, gives you some nice healthy carbs for energy. You can serve it with grits if you like, if you feel like being indulgent, cream grits, or cinnamon sugar bread, raisin toast, walnut toast. It's fantastic. And with a few simple ingredients and a few simple minimal cooking skills, you can cook your own omelet. You can make it from the simple to the complex. It's up to you, but it's very, very easy. Have fun.